And we are back once more for hour 3 of our fantastic Dungeon World adventures. Um, where were we? Yes. Searching out a specific necromancer.
Yes. Yeah, so you're trying to find where he might
A
have been headed.
necromancer's boyfriend.
Yes.
So we're
Yes,
just
so
are we
what are you doing?
are we going to the library or the tavern first?
I mean, you can do both.
I mean,
yeah. So
we are going to do both. It's just a matter of procedure.
Scylla and I will go to the tavern to start things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what do you ask?
Asking around if there's anyone named Luke. Like, not a sophisticated interrogation strategy that we have here.
Ugh. Gross human food. Tavern. Beer. Gross. Everything's gross. All human things are gross. Bitter tallow.
Yes.
You bump into Marco at the tavern, and he is there with another younger man who is wearing the bangle that you made.
Yeah.
And he sees you, Bitter Tallow, and he motions you over.
Yeah, and I come over and like give him a little like half bow. Marco, yes.
Yes. I apologize. I don't believe I ever caught your name.
Bitter Tallow.
Bitter Tallow. This is my son, Stefan.
This is Scylla. She's the druid of the mire.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives like a nod, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, druid of the mire. Totally heard of her. Yeah. And yeah, so Bitter Tallow just very bluntly says, I'm looking for someone. Was a young man once, former customer of mine named Luke. Went to war. May have lived through it. Hoping to find him.
I mean, there's probably a few Lukes in town, but no one I can.
He has a nice sword.
No, but I can ask around and see if see what I can find.
Yes, it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll take me a day or two, but I can certainly arrange that. And if I can get you any information, I mean, many people here served in the war, myself and my son included. Like as he speaks about the war, he looks at Scylla and he looks kind of nervous at that point. Yeah.
She wasn't in the war. Don't worry. Neither was I, for that matter. Just a merchant.
Silas like looking at you like, why are you gonna say these things? Make me look like a shitty elf.
Bitter Tallow is not like subtle or very like socially graceful. They just talk. So yeah, this is how they approach it. But they're great. They're like grateful to Marco.
Yeah.
If any help you could provide would be much appreciated, and do let me know when you do.
To join us.
And I pull up a stool next to them.
Okay.
I don't normally fraternize with customers, but I suppose I can make an exception. And I like sit down, chuckle to myself.
And yeah, so you.
Scylla grumbles and sits down as well, and just waits there for to be over.
Yeah, so you have some small talk, like, oh, well, you're in town, nothing like super deep or anything, but yeah, so you spend the better part of the evening doing that, and then you know.
I try and convince these humans that they need to protect themselves from the miasma that their city generates.
That miasma is just them. It's just them, you silly elf. God. Anyways, yeah.
After a
So,
while.
do we cut to the library?
I imagine Bitter Talon
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being
we-
like, just no.
Yeah.
just stop.
Anytime you talk that kind of noise, they just like look over at you and like narrow their eyes, just kind of like, why would you say that? You know, like as if to say, "The fuck are you doing?" But they just like look at you and then they like look back to their food. Or something.
Because the truth is, Silas is racist as fuck.
Jeez. Yeah, so back at the library, you come in and the dwarven woman, she seems to always be there. She's a constant presence at the front desk. And she says,
You sleep, right?
as little as possible. There's so much to do.
Commendable.
Yeah, you've never seen her like leave this desk.
Yeah. I feel like I've been to this tower a few times in the past too. It's just the same woman.
Yeah,
Always.
I gotcha. And she says, "What brings you back?"
Well, I'm looking for military records now. Found of a friend that passed away, and I'm looking up his hometown.
Oh, yeah, we keep public records on that as they're reported. I mean, obviously the data is incomplete, but we keep what we can.
I'm looking for the L section of the casualties.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she can, yeah,
Yeah.
she tells you like the room that they're stored in. There's like a bunch of cabinets and stuff that would,
Yeah.
you know, she leads you there, and because it's not like a restricted section, it's just public record.
Yeah.
But she says, "Oh, this is it. Obviously, if you need anything, you know where to find me.
At the desk?
I might surprise you someday." And she goes back. She goes,
All right. Yeah, and I guess I look into the L section and
"Yeah, so
see if I can find their name.
Yeah, yeah, you dig through. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, you find the record of one Luc Bernard, Luc, and then Bernard.
All right.
And he was
So French Canadian.
Right?
yeah, so he is he was a private, and he actually ended up getting a promotion during his service. He had like it was a pretty, like his service record was pretty okay, like nothing superb or outstanding, but he was apparently in a very difficult battle pretty early on in the war, and he made it through that. But it shows that he died after the war, like shortly after the war, in an accident.
Interesting. All right.
And he is actually from New Haven.
Excellent.
Yeah, but and so he's it's been about 5, I think we said it's been like 5 years since the war, or what was it? Was it 5 or 10 years?
I think we said 5 or 10. And Elf, you're muted.
Yeah, you were muted.
Oh, I think we said 5 more than 10.
Yeah.
Because 10 is like, it feels like too far.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's closer to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been about 4 years since he died.
Hmm.
And he didn't die in New Haven though. He died in a it's a small village between here and New Haven, by the name of crud. Now I gotta come up with a name, damn it.
By the name of God damn it.
Give me a name, Avon. You're human.
Don't put me on the spot. Mearshire.
Yeah, Mirashai. That's a good name. Yeah, it's about a day's travel from here.
Yeah, so he closes up that book and kind of looks around to make sure that neither of his traveling companions are hiding out in the library.
Yep, they don't seem to be there.
And he goes back up to the librarian and he goes, now, another curiosity. Do you have any texts on the old gods here? Specifically 2 generations ago.
I mean, we have histories, yeah.
Where would those be located?
And she's able to direct you to them. They're like, it's just like, it's nothing. They're not like arcane text or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just like, there's histories of the old gods, and the gods who came before.
Yeah.
It's like in the religious studies section, basically.
And I think he takes turns a couple of pages and kind of sighs and he's like, anything less mundane in this?
Why do you ask?
Oh.
Call it a scholar interest of mine.
Call it a suspicious wizard of mine.
I'm going to guess you haven't spoken to the board.
No, but let's be honest here. Between you and me, I'm not against going to the board, but I'm here with 2 others, and they grow impatient.
Name dropping Jarvis and asking about the old gods is a quick way to get yourself run out of a lot of cities.
Yes, but appreciate my honesty behind it, perhaps? I'm not hiding anything.
I'm a busy woman, Avon. What have you got for me?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, and
I'm a busy woman. I need a bribe.
And I think I'm going to do the horrible, horrible thing, and I'm going to cast Charm on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's watch this be a 4.
Oh, this feels like a great idea.
Or
Did
an
someone say
8.
get run out of town.
Okay. So what do you choose?
I think I forget the spell. Like, I think because she is such a mentally fortified person that it takes a little bit more extra effort
Sure.
than it would like a goblin, for instance. So I think the spell gets drained from his memory.
Yeah. Let me see. That is a charm person.
Yeah. And I can post that, or slap that down for you.
Okay. Yep, I got you. She says, "Fair enough. Um, look, I can take you up there myself.
It would only be for a few moments.
Yeah, consider it the private tour."
Excellent.
Yeah. And so
Oh, the private tour, huh?
so she leads you through a few different places, and she waves you past a few people.
Yeah.
And yeah, you find yourself there. What are you looking for?
I'm essentially looking for things that would count as forbidden knowledge. So anything that the general public shouldn't know, like, hey, so one of the key ingredients for raising this god is blank.
Sure.
Or you need to be blank or like here to do this thing.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a spout lore.
Spout lore.
And take a +1 forward on this because you're in a library.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that works.
Okay. So divine energy is limited, and there's only so much of it that can go around.
Yeah.
And the general idea is that the gods, like mortals, have a life cycle, and they pass away and pass on their powers to the new generation of gods. The ones who succeed them. What you are able to surmise from reading this is that's not necessarily the case. There are some like apocryphal texts and things that suggest that it's really more of a violent process, and that the energies of the gods have to be taken by others to so it's not just something that happens. They don't just pass on naturally. Like they are killed or destroyed, and their energy is absorbed into like a new being
Host
or entity. Yeah. So the thing that is of use to you in this particular case is that you would have to acquire divine energies somehow. If you were to try, like it's speculated that you would need to acquire divine energies in order to resurrect a god.
All right.
So yeah, there's no way that like the gods can peacefully coexist with their like successors.
Yeah. Nope, makes sense. And yeah, I think he leaves at that point.
Sure.
While maintaining the spell. Because I don't think there's a time limit until I cast it again. Or I dismiss it.
You have to. Yeah, it says until you prove otherwise, or they take damage.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, I think he just leaves at that point and goes and meets the other two in the tavern.
Okay.
Assuming that they're still there.
Yeah.
And he goes,
you all meet up, yeah.
So I did find out that there is a Luke. His last name is Bernard. Originally comes from New Haven, which would be a bit of a track back. But there's a small town that he died near, which might be a better local grave if we wanted to go there on the way.
And he's dead then.
He's dead. Survived the war. Died in an accident less than a year. after it ended.
Well, as good a place as any to start.
Maybe he has your sword still.
Someone has that sword still.
What town?
Mearshire.
Oh,
Mirrorshire, Marco chimes in. That place is. I wouldn't want to go there.
Oh,
Well, there was some incidents a few years back. There was a spout of grave robbing. It's like we're civilized folk around here. I feel bad for the people of Mirrorshire, but that's bad luck.
huh. Well, I still think that is a good place for us to head to, unless you two have other ideas. No?
Only place we have
Dramatically,
to
no.
look. May as well start there.
let's go then. Like, immediately gets up from the table like she's ready to leave right now.
I mean, we could go right now. Is it nighttime? Like, what time?
It is like nighttime. It's evening.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've done everything that I need to do here, and I'm not opposed to camping outside of the town.
I'm going to. I feel like Sila's probably been camping outside the town every night this week.
Oh,
There's probably like a little lean-to somewhere that she's
sure.
set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we might as well put some distance. Yes?
You all want to travel at night?
Bitter Tallow doesn't really care about when we travel.
So the answer is yes, because Sila cares.
Do you
and
have
she says
food?
yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good
I buy
point
2
right
extra
there.
sets of rations.
Sure.
And I still have 2 uses on my existing set of rations.
We didn't start with any coin, hey?
Oh.
Oh. It's what, a day travel to this place?
Yeah, it's a day's travel.
And then,
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Sean, we've been here for, 3 days?
I think you've been here 5 days.
5 days, cool.
Oh.
So I will add 25 coin to
Yes, and 25 coin to your Stashio coin.
bringing me to a delightful grand total of 41. Which is to say, still pretty broke.
Damn.
Better than these paupers.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I need money for?
What?
Not being covered in mire mud all the time.
I can fix that.
That sounds horrible. Not being covered in mire mud sounds like the worst.
All right. So, if you're traveling at night, this is going to be, even though it's a day away, it is a perilous journey.
Yeah.
Who is going to navigate?
Oh, right, this.
I can navigate.
Undertake a perilous journey. Yeah, one is Trailblazer, Scout Ahead, and one to be Quartermaster. Same character cannot have 2 jobs. So who's going to do what?
I mean, I guess I'll quartermaster.
Okay.
I will blaze the trail.
Yeah.
Sure. Everybody make a wisdom roll.
Get it? Blaze the trail.
We made this joke last time.
Get it?
I rolled a 7.
I rolled 11.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. So actually, it takes you no rations to get to Mirrorshire. Yeah, you make good time in the night. All right, yeah. So you make it there pretty. Yeah, you make it there like middle of the next day. if you just travel through the night.
Hurrah!
And it is like this fairly small hamlet. And yeah, what are you all doing when you get here?
Tiny Hamlet, feel a lot better not wearing my mask of like human miasma avoidance.
Yeah,
And just Sila's mood has generally improved as they've moved away from Farstone.
yeah. There's not like paved roads and walls and everything here. It's like little
You see,
thatch roof cottages and
this many humans in one place. It's fine.
Yeah,
Avon,
that's
this
fair.
is the worst.
I know. I don't look at this poor mud town.
The word pissant comes to mind for Avon.
Do they even know what a book is here?
Probably, but I don't think they have many. Probably.
Is there a roadhouse?
Sure.
So yeah, Bittertell will just go there
I shall head there too.
since we traveled all through the night.
Yeah.
We can sleep a bit.
Yeah. So you.
Oh, if we're sleeping, I don't go there. I find somewhere else. You guys wander off to your building, and I'm like, I'm gonna be over there.
Yeah, they give you some looks, but your coin is good. Yeah. So
Wow.
for 1 coin, you can crash at the place.
So I think I'm going to put on
Fucking broke ass wizard.
Yeah. I think for money, I think he does magic shows for people.
Okay.
Like he does a bunch of illusions and whatnot, which does actually require me to cast that spell.
Yeah. Do you have prestidigitation or whatever?
I do.
Yeah. Doing a spell roll.
Yeah, no, that
All right,
works.
yeah, you're just wizarding it up. Yeah, so they are amused by your little light
Your
displays
antics.
and your antics, yeah. And they welcome you.
Wizards.
And like,
What brings someone like you here to Mirrorshire?
well, we're looking for the grave of someone named Luke Bernard.
You'd want to go talk to the gravedigger about that?
Yes. Where would I find them at this point of during
The day,
the day?
probably by the graveyard.
Yeah, they're awake during the day. They're not doing a
Not
great.
everyone's a spooky creep like you. Anyways, yes. So Bittertell has been like listening to this while transacting with the innkeeper, and they just say, "Well, I suppose we best go talk to them now, then." Hmm?
Probably not the worst idea.
So,
And yeah, I think we go to the graveyard.
Yeah, yeah, you knock on the door of like the gravedigger's house, and
Poor little mud shack.
yeah, this this like lanky, dark-skinned man named Elaine, or like it's the L-A or A-L-A-I-N.
Alain?
Alain, yeah, introduces himself, and he says, "I'm not used to seeing visitors often, especially ones from out of town."
And we're not used to seeing you, so this is an awkward situation for everyone.
He chuckles. He says, "Fair enough. Of all the places you could come in Mirrorshire, why are you knocking on my door in the middle of the day?"
Well, we were hoping to find the grave of one Luke Bernard.
"Why are you looking for the grave of Luke Bernard?" He like immediately seems like like he's not even trying to hide it or anything. He's just like concerned and
The
also
boy's cursed.
skeptical.
Well, Luke made a contract with this salamander.
Well, I don't know what the contract entailed, but I'm afraid Luke probably can't keep up his end of the bargain.
It's just his sword that I need. It was to be returned to me.
Ah,
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Was he buried with it?
no. He the sword was I remember him. I remember him. It was a nice sword. He got it stolen shortly before his death. I buried him here. We could have sent him home. We didn't have. There's been talk about we were going to move some of the bodies back because after the war things were just kind of all over the place, and it was hard to get people to the right place. We didn't have records as well as we do now. But well, this is really awful to admit, but you may not know this, but we did have a spate of grave robberies about a year ago.
Oddly enough, we were acutely aware of that.
He looks at you again. He's like, "Why are you here?"
Again, to destroy his property, bring it. They're better at explaining it.
Sword was to be destroyed. I can do the necessary. I just need the sword. And if it was stolen, then I have to go find it, and we're done here. And I turn around and walk away.
Or-
he
Elf, you're muted again.
Damn it! Keep fucking cut to me sleeping under a tree somewhere because they told me that they were going to bed and then they didn't.
I might know where you can find it.
Go on.
There's a group of brigands who operates out of the area. They've been a problem for a few years now. It's one of them that took the sword.
I think
Straightforward for a change.
I mean, Luke was a soldier. I didn't know him very well. He had been in town for maybe a week or so, but he was out, and there were several of them. So he, they're not soldiers, but they're trained killers. And they took his sword, and he was doing pretty poorly at the time. Afterwards.
All right. Not great. But I think that's something we can deal with.
I could give you directions to where they might be. I mean, everyone around here knows where they are. It's just we can't do much about it. Generally, we avoid their notice by not having enough for them to take.
And when I stare intensely into the Grave Digger's eyes,
Sure.
What fuels the flames of his desire, Sean?
He wants revenge against these bandits. He believes them to be the ones who stole the corpses, though he's not certain why that would be the case. And it's made him look bad at his job. They've hurt people he cares about, and so he's just kind of bitter about the whole thing. But they, he doesn't have the power to stop them.
What would you give for us to kill these brigands? Every last one of them.
I don't have much to give.
How about a favor?
Is there anything an old gravedigger can do for you?
What are you, freaking demons?
I mean,
I am
kind of.
basically a demon, yes.
And I'm just a bad person, so.
You nerds.
Yeah, I fix him with a look. That's like, it's way too intense. And
Sure.
involves a lot of eye contact.
Yeah.
And I just say, if you think of what you are willing to spend, come talk to me. And the full weight of it, again, there's that he understands that it doesn't have to be money.
Yeah.
And then I walk her away and to Avon and just say, I'm gonna go get Scylla and wake her up.
Oh, we're going now. I thought that we could sleep.
And this is you're talking to Bitter Tallow's back as they walk away.
All right. Well, haven't done one of these in a while. Let's go for a full day.
24 hours. Hi.
Yeah.
24-hour dungeon marathon. Woo!
So you find Scylla lying up against a tree, within sightline of the hamlet, and just off the road, a little way from where you had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And she is already asleep. It's hard to spot her initially because she's pushed herself into fallen leaves.
Yeah, you basically are made of loam and moss.
Yeah, moss and loam. Yeah, so she's tough to spot, but not so tough that you can't find her. I don't think.
Yeah, and they walk up and nudge your foot with theirs.
She starts awake immediately when you nudge her foot and reaches for something, but there isn't anything because her spear broke a long time ago. And this, it's just
Oh yeah, do you have a weapon?
No.
Oh yeah.
She is the weapon. Let's be real here.
Yeah, just turn into a crocodile.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and dusts some leaves off of her, though there's still probably some stuck to her hair and so on. And she says, "I thought we were sleeping."
I thought so too. Not the case.
Sword's not buried with the man. We need to go out and kill someone and take it.
Or some ones.
All right.
Sure.
Which someone's?
Local bandits and brigands.
We should see if they'll give it up without a fight first.
Even if they fight, it won't be much of one, I'm sure.
Do we know where they are?
That's why I'm waking you up.
Are they close or far?
Close enough to be a threat to the village.
I will ask the spirits to tell me where. And she settles back down into the leaves that she was sleeping in and brushes more of them towards her. And then leans against the tree that she's under and starts talking to the trunk of it as if it's gonna reply to her. And asks the spirits to send her a vision of the bandits.
Sure.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, jeez. This is not your day.
I mean, on the plus side, I'm getting XP.
True. It's not that anything goes wrong when you're consulting the spirits. It's that some of the bandits find you
Oh,
while you're in the
Oh.
while you're in the middle of doing this. And there are 4 of them, and they are brandishing blades, and they come out from behind some trees, and it's just a collection of like 4 like filthy looking men, and they're like, well, what do we have here? New blood in town.
so
Yeah,
you
man.
must be the problem.
And I like turn back to the two of you, and I'm like, "Are they threatening us?"
I think so, yes.
And then I look back at them. Are you sure you want to do that?
Oh, well, we're not making any threats here. We're just indulging in some trade. You give us what we're looking for, and you could be on your way. Start with the
We're looking-
valuables.
We're looking for a sword. Do you have a sword?
He draws one, but it is not the sword that you
All
were
right,
looking
do you
for.
have any other swords?
The other 3 draw their swords.
Oh.
So are any of these the ones that we're looking for? No? All right. So plan B?
Well, they're the ones you found. Look, we're not in this job to hurt people. We're in this job to get rich.
All right. So in the interest of both of those things, I would go back to wherever you came from.
My next question is, do I look like I'm carrying your dumb human money right now? Loamy, moss-haired druid, basically swamp hobo.
You know. The slimy one, maybe.
Wait,
But
am I
you-
the slimy one?
They point at Avon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You some kind of nobleman.
Um, he goes, no, really not. I just found these, grave robbing and the like. Surely you must know what that's like.
Grave robbing.
Secondhand clothes and all.
That's disgusting. It's- Look. Just kill them and take their money. And then, like they
And I think as soon as he says, just kill them, it's magic missile time.
Okay. Yeah.
it's just-
thank you.
It's just like a fanfare.
Sure. Cast a spell.
Yeah,
You can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
9.
I think that's unwelcome attention because
Uh.
I very, very obviously proved that I am not a.
Yeah, so roll damage against this bandit who was just talking at you.
Yeah. So he'll
That's not
take
a very
4.
big number.
All right, yeah, you kill him. It just goes right through like the like tattered leather armor that he's wearing, and he just like falls backward.
All right, so let's do this again.
But the other 2 are I mean, there's three other ones left, but 2 of them have like gone to either side to flank you, Avon.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I am just going to tackle the other one. Like I just run right at him.
Okay, the one that's not on Avon, or like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. just gonna give him the old shoulder slam into beating
Sure.
the crap out of him. Yeah. I'm just gonna hack and slash with strength.
Okay.
All right. Well, that first one is the actual roll, and it's a 6. So
Okay. Yeah, I think he's very nimble, and he like ducks out of the way, and he stabs you with his dirk.
yes, it's an
Dirk
odd
stab.
number.
3 damage.
Well, you think it's 3 damage,
Oh.
but you might be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, when you take damage, and that damage is odd after armor, which I have 0 of. Oh, it didn't roll. I will roll 1.
No, I see it. When you take damage and that number is odd.
Okay, so I get a 3. I will ignore 3 damage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what does that look like?
He goes to stab me,
Yeah.
and the knife like cuts me open, and there's just like molten like stone that comes out, and it like fizzles and
Ooh.
sputters, and my skin just like closes back up.
Yeah, and you hear him mutter like, "What the hell?"
And yeah, his dagger is like a little bit like fucked up from having, you know.
Yeah,
it's
he
like-
takes like a step back when that happens, and he's just like he's eyeing you up, but he's still like on
And
the.
I've like punched a tree, and the tree is like smoldering. You know, like a small tree. But it's
Yeah.
like a big chunk taken out of it. And I like hiss and turn to him.
I'm going to perform my patented maneuver, Sean.
Yes. Turn into a crocodile.
No,
Oh.
the other patented maneuver,
Turn to a
which is
vulture.
no, the other patented maneuver, which is run at someone, jump, and then turn into a giant anaconda in the middle of the air.
All right.
A classic druid technique handed down through the ages.
Of
Yeah.
leaping pythons.
Yeah, give me
Three
a.
generations of fucking magical can
Give me a
pythons
shapeshift
or
roll.
whatever.
Those snakes in a can that surprise people are based on the ancient druid practice of leaping as a snake.
There we go. It's a 9
Mhm.
or 7, sorry. So I get 2 hold. And I'm gonna use one of those hold to wrap around someone.
Okay. Yes. So you wrap around holding the bandit immobile.
Uh-huh.
And he is struggling to get free of you. Avon, what are you doing? This other one's getting ready to like stab you. It's like charging in, stabbing you with a. it's got a rough-
I think he
like a sword.
points really quickly at the other 2 friends that have been. No, only one of them has been taken out of commission. I'm
Yeah,
just
the
gonna
other- the
launch
other two are
missiles.
still-
I'm just
Okay.
gonna launch missiles in his face. That's his go-to thing right now. All right.
Okay. What are you going to do?
You know what? I think the spell leaves his head. I think he's done it too fast, too
Okay.
soon from each other, and it
Sure.
just disappears.
Yeah, you got a little cocky.
Yeah. But that will hurt.
Oh yeah. You bolts of multicolored magical energy perforate this poor bastard. And he just falls over dead without any ceremony.
Yeah. All right. So that's
It
strike.
turns out
Oh,
turns out bandits are getting wrecked.
yeah. All right. So that was strike 2. Do you want to be strike 3? As he turns to the other charging bandit.
You mean the one that's been? Or wait, did you throw yourself at the one that Bitter Teller?
One of the ones menacing.
Okay.
One of the ones that was menacing Avon.
Sure.
And then the one with Bitter Tallow, I think, is the only one still up right now.
Yeah. So the one that's being constricted. If you want to, like,
I'm just holding him.
menace
I'm
him,
just holding
Avon,
him. I'm
you
just
can. Or I mean, you could say it to the other one too. What are you doing here?
I'm essentially trying to intimidate them out of their
well,
dumb plan here.
Yeah, you're
And going like,
this is a parlay.
that's a dead body. That's a dead body.
Yeah, this is a parlay, and your leverage is like, look, we just killed 2 of your friends. Look, I just killed 2 of your friends.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to listen to me.
Yeah. That's definitely the situation, I think.
Sure, you can roll charisma for that.
This is great and awful at the same time.
All right, look, it's just the one who's still mobile, like is not constricted, drops his sword, and it's like, I don't know who you people are. We are very sorry we were rude to you. Please don't kill us. We'll give you what we have.
All right. So you give us everything that you have. And then who among your friends has a very nice looking sword?
Well, that would be our leader.
Are you particularly attached to your leader? Would you like to be the new leader?
I haven't always gotten along with Fang in the past, and have considered.
Fang. Just like cut him off. Their name is Fang.
By the way, I'm still wrapped around the other
Yeah,
one.
the other one's just like.
Yeah.
Do they turn into a snake or something? She turns into a snake. She doesn't even call herself Fang. These people. I just like look at Avon as if like he should be able to justify their behavior.
Look,
No, I can't justify this.
I've always thought it was a little self-indulgent of a name too. Look,
Look, we'll
Where
make it.
do you all congregate? Bandits.
there's a grove in the woods not far from here. We have a bit of a camp set up. We stay there. There's a little small cave and like it's in one of the hills nearby, and we.
Oh, very well. Give me your weapon. I'm just like
It's on the.
yeah, and I like take it from him, and I just like melt it to nothing in my.
All right. So here's the plan. We're gonna let your buddy go, the last living one. You two take a short vacation and come back later.
There's the tiny sound of barely cracking ribs.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Good,
We
because you're not bandits anymore. You're just
People.
No, we've seen the light. We'll mend our ways.
Sure.
We'll go
Whatever
off and
you say.
Join the church.
The head of the head of Snake Sila is looking over at you two like, really?
We'll get you something to eat later.
and I just like indicate one of the other corpses, like eat that one. And meanwhile, I'm going through and like just melting down all their weapons.
If giant snakes could roll their eyes, you'd swear she did. As she coiled this guy.
She gives us lizard sass. It's definitely a thing that exists.
And like slithers back over towards you guys.
So, having sent these 2 bandits packing into the woods or wherever it is that they're going, hopefully not to warn all their friends, we will plan an ambush for the bandits. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to ambush these bandits and kill
I
them?
think so, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
All right, well, under cover of darkness then.
Yeah, you will find the bandits and you will ambush them.
Time to take a break
yeah.
before we ambush the bandits, however, and we'll
Ambushed
do
by a
that in
break.
our last section. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back, everybody. Yay!
Woo.